Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5 Points Gambit. My name is Ren here, and I am so excited to be here on Obsidian Brews with my fabulous players. May the 4th be with you all. Obviously, we are here for two very important reasons. One, there is these rumors that are passing around that it's so hard to find BIPOC people in the TTRPG space, and it's a damn lie, because we are right here, right now, and we are running games all weekend. We had a bunch yesterday. There's another one going on right now over on Taletell Hearts, literally right now, and more tomorrow as well, and tonight. So we are out here, and we are ready to run fabulous games with other fabulous folks for you fabulous people. And the second, and probably the most important reason why we're here, is we are raising money for Black Girls Code, a super amazing charity that has helped making access to technology, coding, and those sorts of things fucking accessible, which is fucking important. So please, donate what you can. We appreciate it. If you can't, spread the word. Get other people raising money for this amazing cause. My name is Ren. Like I said, you can find me as Wrenound basically anywhere. I am a Puerto Rican LGBTQIA streamer, TTRPG and LARP content creator, game runner, game designer. But that is enough about me. Let's move on to the people who, without I, would not be here. Let's start with Lola. Why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Muted. I said hi. You didn't hear it. But yes, I'm Lola. I pronouns they, them. I am a TTRPG player on various channels, mostly Roll Together RPG in the UK, and then occasionally popping up everywhere else. I write TTRPGs, and I also dye yarn for a living. That's wool and wool things. But yeah, that's me. You can find me at Third Vault Yarns pretty much everywhere.
Thank you so much. Moving right along, let's go over to Pat. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Of course. Hi, I'm Patrick Diamond. I'm a TTRPG player and a recent DM as well. I do a lot of cosplay photography, as well as just I'm a general haver of nerdy opinions and a a doer of TikToks as well. You can find me at Diamond Quality Cosplay or Diamond Quality Photography on Instagram and or Diamond Quality Clips on TikTok.
Honestly, Pat posted yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, a cosplay photo that was absolute fucking fire. You
Thank you
have to
very
go
much.
check that out.
One of my D&D characters, in fact. Thank you.
Ooh.
Excellent. And last but most certainly not least, the legendary in these circles, as I've come to know, Sweet Tea, you're
Oh,
next.
shucks. Swear to God, legendary. Don't even.
You have your own command in other people's channels. That means something, fam. That means something.
Well, hello, everybody. How are you today? My name is Sweet Tea. I am a D&D and TTRPG content creator on most social medias. I mostly do either meme-based comedy or basic educational videos. I'm also a variety streamer over on twitch.tv/sweetteagames. And I'm in a few actual plays at twitch.tv/ADH Adventures and at Tales of Noven's YouTube channels. Actually, that about sums me up pretty well right there.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And with that, I suppose I will get started with the reason why we are all here. Bounty hunting. It's not for the faint of heart. They count their number among many of the most ruthless beings in the universe. Here, in the Outer Rim, the Haxion Brood has grown to become one of the most prominent syndicates. And while they don't control bounties or how every planet's underworlds operate, they become a fierce faction capable of almost anything. Especially with the Empire needing to retract after the destruction of the Death Star. Patrolling these quadrants are not so much the most important thing on their minds. Here, on Uchino, a dense city planet in the system known as 5 Points, our coven of bounty hunters lay in wait, licking their wounds after running foul of them. The magic of their teamwork and unique talents had, in the end, left them in a tricky predicament. In the end, it's rather simple. For damages to several clubs and hideouts during what was a rather explosive job, they owe the Brood 750,000 credits in damages. And once that's paid, they're good to go. However, after law in those regions put a bounty out on them, they found their way to 5 Points to lay low and for their next opportunity. It is in these dark, cramped, trash-laden streets we set our stage. And it begins as so many other bad decisions before have. Within order, from Flanth to go. So, folks, you find yourselves in the subfloor basement of a building that definitely should not be used for much of anything. Long condemned. The ceiling and the walls creak. The windows shuttered long ago. And you folks have found your way down into this area as a place to hide out. It has been a couple of weeks that you've been here, and it has been pretty awful. Needing to lay low in this place, at least for some of us. Lola, what are you? Lola, why don't you introduce your character and tell us what Grav is up to right now on this morning?
Grav, as usual, is pretty scruffy. Like, they have their hair up in a very messy ponytail with, like, flyaways everywhere. They're mostly kind of just sitting down and looking over their rifle and just giving it a bit of love, really, because it's a bit of a morning ritual, as it were. Like, not the tidying of themselves, the making sure that their guns work.
Excellent. You hear a rather firm knock on the door of the apartment. And as usual, you hear the heavy rolling sound of something rolling down the hallway of the apartment to check and see who's there.
Mm.
You see Spin, and Spin kind of takes up the entire hallway with its size as it makes its way towards the door. And it rolls past. Pat, why don't you introduce your character, describe Dagonmet to everyone, and what are you up to right now as Spin rolls past?
Sure, Dagonmet is going through his morning routine right now. He's woken up. He's, all the morning hygiene stuff. Very much checking windows, making sure that they're not being watched as well. Double checking all the security protocols, making sure there's nothing that's going to come up and surprise them.
Absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and roll me our first roll of the game, and that would be
lovely.
you're using tech for that, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Knowledge check.
Okay. Fun. That is a 14.
Oh, excellent. So on a 14, you're checking through all the security protocols. Everything looks good. You're not noticing anything out of the normal. And on the camera over the door, you see that there is a delivery person from Flant to Go with, a bag full of containers that is knocking at the front door. Spin, continuing to make their way down the hallway, comes across Hoss. Sweet Tea, why don't you go ahead and describe Hoss for us? And what is Hoss up to?
So, Haas is probably currently in the middle of his meditations. He's trying to get more in touch with this strange feeling that he's not very experienced with. He's like just barely grasping something that he doesn't sure what it is. And as he's in the middle of his meditation, Spin goes by. He's like, "I smell flanked."
So as you come around it, Spin does actually a circle around you, very much like a dog would around an owner who's sitting on the floor, and then goes to the door and fully articulates as this refurbished droid Deca stands and jitters towards the door, and with one clawed one of the what was a former gun arm has been actually replaced with a trade droid's arm, and it kind of reaches jankily to the door and opens it. Initially, this poor delivery person is just immediately the hands go up. Holding the food. Special delivery, and the droid reaches out and picks up the food, and he goes, "Yeah, it's free of charge. It's a hot and ready order." As you all know, a hot and ready order from Flant to Go is not a traditional delivery. Flant to Go in this region is also a place where bounties are handed out to random bounty hunters, particularly ones in hiding. And a hot and ready means that there is a wide order that's going out to bounty hunters in the region, and thus you get some free food. They turn and bail, and the hand just kind of pulls the door shut and turns around and kind of chitters over to the table and misses the table twice and then stops and then tries again, because the containers are so big it's not quite tall enough to put them on the table, but it continues fruitlessly to try.
It's okay. Just give me the bag. I got it.
And it beeps in discontent, and as you take the stack of containers, it rolls back to its charging station in the bag.
What do we got?
Got to get that thing calibrated.
Um, as you folks open it, each container is just stacked with flanth. And flanth is what in Star Wars has been described as a food, and something that you can eat for sustenance. Not necessarily well known for its nutritional quality or flavor, but you certainly have a lot of it, and you paid for none of it.
Yeah, Dagon's digging in. He's grabbing a container and just going at it.
Free food.
Free
Is there
food.
are there any like orders or anything in there, or like more information on the bounty they were going to be competing for?
So Dagmet takes one, Haas takes another, and you go through all of the other ones. And as always, on the top of one of the containers is a data slate. Now, as you also know, at the bottom of the food is where you would find the passcode to open it. And Haas, as you start to go, you see the passcode kind of like begin to show up etched into the bottom of your container.
It's like he's got a bunch of food and it's about like, we're going numbers. And like
Right.
hand it over to Grav.
So Grav will kind of take out the Zerku and like punch in the numbers, just set it up in front of them all, and then reach over to some food to watch stuff come up on the screen.
You see a three-dimensional rendering of a humanoid wearing a long black trench coat, in like what looks like just general civilian wear, but it definitely looks higher end from what you can tell.
Mhm.
And the name is not what you notice first. The first thing you notice is that the reward is for 5 million credits.
Oh shit! All right.
Hell's bells.
The next thing you notice is the name, Boxton Sleazebagano. Everyone please roll me either a presence check or a knowledge check. Knowledge would be for like if you were like going for a more like historical book read version, versus presence, which would be more like street knowledge in this case.
Rolling
got
a
us.
D20.
Yes, in Cyborg, you all have the bonuses to your roll. You roll a d20, you add your bonus, and that is what you get.
Do nat 1s or 20s count for anything, or?
They do.
Okay, well, I got a nat 1.
Oh,
You didn't even bother. You look up, you saw 5 million, you're like, yeah, and just went right back to eating. So you are not even considering who this fucking person is. You frankly don't care.
Oh, yes.
money is money.
So I got a 16 on
Okay.
presence.
And Pat, what did you roll and get?
Oh, I got a nat 1.
You got the nat 1.
Oh, same thing. Both of you have the same
No.
fucking energy.
No.
No, he got the nat 1. I didn't get the nat
Oh,
1.
Yeah.
You asked
Then-
Pat.
sorry.
No, you're
Apologies. So what did you get?
I got 14 on knowledge.
So there's a 14 knowledge, and what was the presence again?
16.
Damn. Okay. So first of all, Haas is very familiar with the lineage of the Sleazebagano family. Mostly because the general details of it can be read on the walls of any Flanth to go in the Outer Rim systems. Long time ago, back when all the separatist shit was going on, Sleazebagano, Elon Sleazebagano was like just a low tier, like drug dealer, and was particularly dealing in death sticks. And one day got this advice to go home and rethink his life. And so he did. So what he decided to do was take all of these fast food groups that were starting in the core worlds and expand them out into the Outer Rim. And so started that whole trend in the Outer Rim. And as that grew, then began to start moving contraband, start moving contracts, and start moving those things. So it became one of the largest smugglers through their actual like legitimate businesses in the entire Outer Rim. There is not a fast food joint in the Outer Rim today that is not owned and operated by the Sleaze-Bogano family. And that is what you know, kind of like the historical background behind it. Now, as for Grav, you know more about this individual and what's been going on recently. Boxtan has been using the local chains for their own dirty business instead of like keeping it strictly business and just doing contract work. Has been privately contracting through the family business, which to the rest of the family, they were not fucking happy about it. And we're kind of waiting for the other foot to fall, and you figure this is it.
Sounds like the family is finally taking things back.
I mean, I kind of understand it, but who are we to stick our noses up at 5 million?
Yeah, well, we need 5 million for fun. 750,000, of course, pays off some of the damage.
With plenty left over.
Yes, that's the part that I'm looking forward to. Don't have to spend any more time in this shithole if we get it, so.
Oh, good lord, I'm ready for a nicer apartment.
Right.
Where would Joel want to go?
Well, we don't have to lay low here.
I think I'd find somewhere nice and green.
Yeah.
Get some property, lay it out.
Sounds peaceful.
That's what I'm going for.
I don't know. That sounds a bit too much like retirement.
Is that not the goal? We don't want to do this forever, do we?
What else am I gonna do?
I'm kind of having fun with this job.
It pays the bills.
Like, granted, we won't have any bills that need paying anymore if we get this, but sometimes it's just for the fun of it. And, of course, maybe we get to be a bit more choosy with our jobs.
Ooh, I
can see the appeal of that.
Imagine having
right.
that kind of money where you could just turn away business. That'd be nice.
Not working for any asshat that comes along.
So,
Right, what are the details on this shit? Sorry.
no, please finish what you were saying.
No, it's like, right, what are the details on this shit?
That was literally what I was about to launch into. Perfect timing, actually. So as you're having this conversation, you're reading through, and last scene was definitely in 5-point system. So that tells you two things. One, he's close. The 5-point system, it's until the 5 points station, which is the space station that is geographically put in between all of the 5 planets that make up the 5-point system, was there. They would just low light travel from planet to planet because it's boring as shit, but they are that close together. So he's close. The fact that it mentions that also tells you, with the role that you made previously, that probably every bounty hunter in the 5 points area are going to be looking for this motherfucker starting right now.
Right.
Nah, damn it.
You ready?
Ready as we gotta be.
Yeah, we gotta get going.
Yeah.
Gotta be the first ones there.
That's why I keep this baby always clean and always ready.
You hear like the loud rolling of the droid kind of heading back down the hallway at the sound of gotta get going, and it kind of rolls to a stop and waits for kind of out of the way so that you folks can get what you need and it's ready to go.
All right. Are we loading up the droid with anything?
Idea.
Can't hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, do you have anything in mind, or?
Nah. I mean, easy enough to fix, so maybe we add some music.
Always wanted a theme song. Leitmotif.
Right.
If we had a theme song, what'd you have in mind?
You know, I was at this cantina once. Pretty good jizz band there.
It as if knowing the tune, it immediately gets up and it begins to dance. It is more of a calypso style dance for this one, as it is through its many times it's been refurbished. It has 700 dance protocols. And so this is the one that it just randomly picked, and it plays, and I cannot express this enough, a very clear homage to, yet for legal reasons, clearly very different version of a song that I'm sure all of us know.
The royalty-free version.
Yes. As you folks pack up, I have written you folks a brief description of like just some random stuff. You have like a backpack, a series of like crowbars and multi-tools, some DNA bombs in case you very quickly need to get rid of DNA in an area, some micro torch cutters, some paracord, and an RFID skimmer. Just some random shit that you have.
Yeah.
And so
How
now
many people can fit on my bike, by the way? Is it just me?
So you folks as a group do have like what would be like a land speeder doesn't quite fit in these cramped corridors, but something that you can all you have another bike that you can ride twosies on. So you folks can split up or both go to the same place. Your bike is solo.
Okay. Well, that's fine, because often I need to like split off and get to higher ground. Give it more of a bird's eye view. Okay, right. Where are we going to check out first?
That is a wonderful question. Let me tell you about some of the regular haunts in this area that you're familiar with. So there's the Slivering Stairs. It's a third floor walk-up bar, which is as inconvenient as it sounds. The corridors are cramped, the corridors smell, but it is that way by design. It's a great place to pay for information or to look for information, because only people who are really looking to buy and sell information fucking go there. You have the Crooked Corner, which is a club that in all the angles in the club are like very odd, like the chairs. It looks like someone designed them to look very high end, but in the end, it just makes everything weird and a little bit uncomfortable. As a result of that, the drinks are cheap. It is a great place to get drinks and party on a budget, and also potentially find people who are looking for. They might have information with loose lips. The Icy Bottom is a social club. Very good place to get information there. But it is also a place that is a bounty hunter staple. So if you have a price on your head, it could be risky. And then you have Ray's Food Hole. It is a series of holes in a wall where you go to the first one and you yell your order through. You scan your credits in the second hole, and then you get your food wrapped through the third hole. Sometimes you can ask for order information this way and get some stuff. Surprisingly enough, actually some of the best food in the city.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So where are we thinking?
I feel like the crooked, I don't know, a very like inconvenient gimmick bar sounds like where a rich guy would hide out.
Yeah.
All right. You folks head there, and it's pretty early in the day still, but the club is running 24/7. And so, even now at like it's pre-noon, there's a line outside the door. As you folks walk up, you have been there before. I wouldn't call you regulars, but the door person, who is not quite a person at all. It's a cragmaloid. So, pink skin, elephant head, two like tusks jutting out. Very nice, but also very broad and strong. And so the kind of person that does exactly what you see as you come up to the Crooked Club. Someone is giving Yandrith some shit and goes to swing a punch, and Yandrith just grabs them by the shirt and throws them down the street. Does not even pay them any mind, just yeets this person and turns around and goes, "Next."
Nice throw.
Oh, hey, Grav, how are you? And they like wave with their wide pink arms. They're wearing like a black tank top with like a bandolier, but in the bandolier, instead of like bullets and whatever, it just has a series of pins on it that says "Go fuck yourself" from shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to hip. Clearly just putting the vibes out there immediately. Y'all go right on in. The person goes to the person next and goes, "Hey, I've been waiting," and they just slowly turn to that person. And they get very quiet.
Right, I'll shake or go for that like ridiculous handshake type thing that one might do with.
They do not miss a beat. They do the complicated friendship, fucking handshake, without missing a beat, and just thumbs you folks on in.
Mm-hmm. See you later.
You folks head in, and it is dark in here. Like the moment you step through the doors and they shut, it is like you hear like the bumping synth, and it's hazy in here, and it is like you teleport instantly to the nightlife. You go in, and there's like a decent amount of people here. There's most people are sitting at the bar, some people are dancing. The live band is Orankith, which has like four large forearms, looks a little bit lizardy, is like DJing, spinning 4 different turntables at the same time like it's nothing.
See, that's the one we could use to make our theme song.
Oh yeah, we got to sample this for sure.
The bartender, who's Halasi, like green skin, yellow eyes, blue lips, and eyeshadow. Just like slinging some drinks. That look. All the drinks here are basic. It's because they're cheap. Is just serving a couple of people. Roll me a presence check to kind of get a general feel for who's here.
That was a terrible presence check. That was a
Oof, got a 3.
Okay. 19.
Oh, phew. Thank
What?
God.
So, everyone but Dagament is like looking around, and it is really fucking hazy in here. It's kind of gross. And like having just come from like outside where it's really bright, you're struggling to really get a feel for who's here. Dagament, on the other hand, is like right fucking on top of it. You definitely see that there's people who are like holed up in some booths, who are like kind of holding. What?
Dagonmet got 3.
You got sorry.
Mhm.
So who got the 16?
I got a 19.
19. Sorry. Ugh. Sweet Tea, with your 19, you immediately spot Haas spots someone in the corner who's holding court. It's a humanoid who is someone that you've seen around. They seem to be chatting with a bunch of people about some big stuff that's been going on. Drinks have been flowing for hours at this point. You're not sure if they're still here from last night, but it's possible.
Dang. Person looking a little rough over there.
Hmm. Do they have drinks in front of them already? Or-
They have a bottle that's looking light at this point.
Right.
Just going through the whole bottle.
Okay. Maybe if we get them a top up on their bottle, they might be persuaded to share some.
I do have something a little stronger. I sort of like open my jacket a little bit, revealing the 5 death sticks I have on me. Might loosen their lips a little more.
Hmm.
They've already got a lot of drink in their system. We want to give them that too?
Whatever
Uh,
helps.
I think we keep that as a secondary option, give them a little bit more drink. Their lips should be loose enough, but if they need a little bit more encouragement, however.
I'll keep it stowed.
Mhm.
Shall we head on over?
Over.
All right. So Cal is the guy in the booth is talking to a bunch of people. Everyone else there looks like they are fucking spent. They are exhausted. They are like about ready to go to sleep, and this person is like still somehow just not lucid, but definitely awake. Hey, see you, Kamara. Friends, hello. What brings you here tonight?
Why, the pleasure of your acquaintance, of course.
Oh, of course. And starts to like look over at the other people in the booth. It's like it looks like you all need some rest. He stands up on the seat, stands on the table, picks up the bottle, steps off the table, and goes, "Let's go to that booth." And then you notice that there are 2 other booths with people who are like about as tired. You're probably the 4th group that he has done this with in the past however many hours.
Hmm.
Oh, you seem to have a lot of friends around here, man.
Cal has many friends, of course. Who wouldn't want to be Cal's friend?
Very true.
You know what? That is a good point. You seem like a wonderful presence.
I try. No, I succeed. And he gets into the next booth the same way he left the previous booth, even though it is otherwise unoccupied.
Mm-hmm.
You
Are we following him, or are we gonna? Are the others at the table talking, or? they're
I
just
mean,
sort of
they're talking some, but they seem pretty.
out of it.
Yeah.
That is fine. I
may,
guess we
may as
follow
well
Carl.
follow. Yeah. More the merrier.
So, my new friends, What do you want to talk to Cal about? Everyone always wants to talk to Cal about something.
Well, I was hoping we could chat about one of your other friends, perhaps. Maybe you've seen him? One of our friends. He's pretty friendly. He gets around.
Who's that?
Goes by the name Boxton.
Oh, Boxton.
Mhm.
You're friends with Boxton? Anyone who is going to, because now you have Cal's attention. So anyone who is going to lie to Cal is actually going to have to try. So if you're going to lie to Cal, it's going to be a presence check to attempt to lie to Cal. Or you can be honest, obviously, but Cal like seems to sharpen immediately up when you mention the name.
I don't want to lie. Yeah.
Yeah, we're really good friends with Boxton.
Yeah.
All right, roll them bones.
Oh gosh.
Is there any way to help?
We can do what is your bonus to presence?
1.
+2.
So
0.
We can say that if you're going to assist, you can will like say how you're assisting, and I'll allow you to add your bonus additionally to Sweet Tea's roll.
Please do. My roll was very low.
Oh no. Okay. Well, then be like, maybe. Oh yeah, no. Would we were due to pick something up? We just haven't heard from them in a while, and flash a bit of a credit stick over.
Add +3 instead of +2 to that roll, actually. So add an additional 3, because that is right down the correct. We'll call it a Cali in this case.
Okay. So I'm doing a D20 plus my modifier plus 3.
Indeed.
That's that's a 7.
Oh no! What? How did you?
I rolled a 3.
No.
So what is your arrangement of sitting around Cal right now? Because it's a curved booth, so you're all on like the same side of the booth, kind of.
So I'm definitely sitting like right next to him. I was like the one trying to butter him up, I think. So I was like right up close to him.
Okay, so Dag is on one side.
I'm probably sitting opposite Cal,
Okay.
so I can get a good look at him while we talk.
I think I'd be lounging at the edge of the booth, like positioned so my back isn't really to the room or to the booth.
So Cal throws an arm around Dag and goes, "Come on, we're friends. You don't have to lie to me. As a matter of fact, whatever you're trying to learn might cost a little bit more if you keep lying to me. Come on, we can all be friends here," and takes an ungodly swig of this mug. Like,
You
at
know what,
this
my-
hour, your stomach's churning a little bit watching it. It is gross.
Yeah, well.
You know what, my friend? You are correct. We got off on the wrong foot. Friends shouldn't lie to friends. You know?
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sometimes we jump the gun a little, you know? It's bounty hunters. We're a sketchy sort.
No need to explain. And Cal reaches out for the credit stick.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
How many credits are on that stick?
Me documentary. How much is useful? Me only having 50 creds to my name.
I think it depends on if you're just roll me a. Yeah, you read people pretty well.
You know
That's
what?
your job.
Yeah, let's do the cred stick plus, I don't know. how well do we know the people behind the bar? Like, just extra tab?
So you know them pretty well. You could put drinks on the tab, but
Yeah.
you read people pretty well. This does not seem like you're paying for the information. This almost seems like you owe me for lying to me. So you think that you can probably get away with 50 credits.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a 20 that I rolled, but you didn't ask for one. It's fine. I will give that 50 painfully.
You definitely get away with it. With a 20, actually with a 20, you go to hand it over, and he goes, "You know what? You keep it."
Mm.
Well,
You know what? Let me get you a drink instead.
I will gladly take a drink. So I hear that my good friend Boxton is in quite a bit of trouble.
Say
Yep.
that.
The old family is expressing their displeasure.
And if I can be honest, Cal isn't surprised. You don't mix personal business and pleasure. It's just not a good idea. It never is. So let's get down to what you need, what you actually want to know. You're looking for my friend, aren't you?
Yep.
One could
Yes,
say
indeed.
that.
Well, what I'm willing to tell you, since, what are you willing to part with for the information? I have some information on not necessarily current whereabouts, but where my friend's going to be.
What do you need, friend?
200 credits?
Is that including what's on the credit stick that Grav had?
I didn't give.
Oh, you didn't get? Okay, then.
Yeah, so, well, it's gonna have to be including that. So.
It's like, I was like, how much does everyone have? I know you got.
Yeah,
50.
I got 100.
What?
How much?
100.
Okay. So I also have 50.
Okay. Well, that's, I guess, enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Hold. We should conserve some of this. I'm going
What
to
about the
offer
death?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna offer him some death sticks and see if we can knock that price down.
Oh, he takes the entire pack. Like, you go to offer him 3, and he takes the pack out of your hand.
Damn. Dude's got a problem.
And
okay.
he immediately lights one. Yeah. So definitely on his way out. Has some smugglers try to get him out of 5 points. Should be hitting the spaceport sometime this evening. I would say probably around. In smokes half of this death stick in probably a breath and a half, and ashes it directly into the bottle he's been drinking out of, and then immediately drinks from that bottle.
Oh gosh.
I'm in faint disgust.
I would probably say, 1,600 hours.
Right. No idea where they're coming from. In fact, who's he got? In his corner.
Just people he's paying. It's just security.
Right.
Right now, has some general security while they're waiting for the smugglers to pick them up. Smugglers,
Yeah,
I don't know them well, but apparently they're using some salvaged, repurposed thing that they think will be able to get them safely out. Something specialized for that kind of work.
Do we know if security detail is heavy, light?
Heavy.
Oof.
Right. So we ideally Well, we can get him whilst he's moving.
Hmm. That might be the best move.
Yeah.
Well, while you're here, let's have a drink. In that the way that sounds, it is not a request.
Let's get a
Just
new bottle.
gonna go to the bar. Like I owe Carl a drink, so I'm gonna go to the bar
Yeah.
and get a couple of bottles.
So the couple of bottles probably comes out to about 20 credits. Because
Yeah.
this is several bottles, right? It's not just individual drinks. You said a couple of bottles.
Like, okay. Individual bottles for this.
Oh,
Enough for
individual
all of us,
bottles?
not like.
Oh, that's like
Nothing bottle.
Like soda-sized bottle.
It's like
Yeah.
that's like 10 credits for the lot of you.
Okay, cool.
I thought you meant bottles. Like when I
Oh,
say he's
no.
drinking out of a bottle, I mean he's drinking out of a full-size champagne bottle.
Gotcha.
Okay, maybe a full-size champagne bottle for him and just smaller ones for us.
They're willing to give it to you for 10. They're not worried.
Okay.
They're not that worried about it. You folks are regulars, so.
Okay, cool.
They like as you come up, they're like, we'll just put that one in Cal's town. They never pay attention. They have no idea.
Sweet.
Never leave your tab open.
Mm-hmm.
So you folks have a drink, and Cal does not let you get a word in edgewise. Cal is telling you all about, their famous dealings and, all of the planet and all of these things. And every point that Cal says, is utterly untrue. Like, it's not even, it is so outlandish that like, no, I know you weren't involved with that job. We did that job. Like, we know that that's not true. And you get the sense that Cal is not interested in if you even believe it or not.
Right. How good? How confident are we that Cal's information is good about
Good question.
Buxton?
Roll presence check with advantage, because he is trashed and you all are not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's anyone can for this.
Oh god, that's terrible rolls. I'm so sorry.
Oh god, I'm not rolling well today. It's a 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 6 and a 1, so like it would be an 8.
Wait, I forgot we're at advantage. Okay, I got an 11.
I got a 12.
Okay, so with an 11 and a 12, you folks are confident that, because like when Cal sharpened up the moment you mentioned Boxton, and then the moment the drinks came back, Cal just completely zooms out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is, you are fairly confident that the information is the best that Cal knows, like actually
Right.
knows.
Right.
So you feel pretty confident in that.
Okay. It's given that Cal is just gonna keep rabbiting on, I wonder, is there a point that we can be like, oh, like usher some new people into this table to take over from us and like make tracks to get some more info?
With those presence checks, we'll just keep those dice rolling. You absolutely bait some other people in to join. And so you leave a little bit early. So you were getting out maybe after an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you have a feeling that if you had not done that, it would have taken a lot longer. He does mention during that time that he did see Boxton spending a lot of time around the Tasty Dried Critters warehouse, which is another fast food chain in the region.
Right. But not one of the family businesses.
Oh, it's a family business.
Right. Okay. I guess what do we say that we pick up some food?
Sounds delicious.
I can go for something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you folks head on over to the warehouse. So you folks head through the cramped streets, which are more residential and, smaller business and things like that. And you get, I wouldn't say the outskirts, the entire planet is a city. So there aren't really outskirts anymore. The cold wind of this planet is staved off by like overhead heaters and things like that that will generally blot the sky because the planet itself is relatively cold. You make your way out to where the warehouses are, and the warehouses are where things open up a little bit. So there's these large single standing buildings instead of cramped corridors, and the roads make a little bit more sense so that things can be hauled to and from the spaceport into this region. The wind tends to whip down these palisades and chill anyone who's on them a bit to the bone. Not any way that would, generally affect you folks, but definitely something that you would come to expect from being in this area. This particular building is kind of in the middle of just this almost its own city of warehouses. So it's kind of surrounded on all sides by other businesses and those sorts of things. And you do see the large bay doors where freighters would be docked to and things like that. And there's a couple in the dock. There you do see some people outside of them milling around and talking and things like that. What is your plan? How do you want to go about looking into this place?
Is there a way to scope around the outside without being too sus? Or is it kind of we're looking for the point to actually pick up some food type of thing? Or
So there isn't a place for you to pick up food, but you folks are trained mercenaries and bounty hunters. You can definitely case the outside with it's what you do every day. So between you all and Spin, who Spin kind of rolls up to a nearby building and just starts pulling some surveillance footage from around the outside of the building, just from the nearby buildings. Just like rolls up, a little thing pops out, attaches to a panel, gets information, and rolls to another one. Like people tend to stare at Spin when Spin goes down the street because droidecas are all but extinct. But they're also something that if it's sitting there for 10 minutes, people just kind of, it's just a droid who gives a shit. And so from the information you're able to get, it's only pretty recent. You can tell from what you're seeing of people moving around, these are not employees. They are wearing employees' clothes, but you can definitely tell where they are hiding and packing weaponry. You can tell that these the delivery trucks weren't delivering food. You actually see like some of the like the false writing on the side of them is like worn off in places from the wind just whipping at it. And so these aren't even proper tasty dried critters delivery vehicles. And that's the general information you get from outside. The information that it's heavy would be heavily guarded is exactly what you're seeing.
Is there do I spot an entrance that I could try and sneak my surveillance drone in through?
Your surveillance drone is very small. And so you absolutely believe that you can, there's like air vents and other sorts of things of that nature that you could easily get this thing inside through.
Right, so I'm gonna...
Are there windows?
Top level. So there's like from the roof, you can see down into probably what is the loading bay.
Mm-hmm. Right,
I do have the vision visor. What would that like enable me to?
Oh shit!
See anything inside from a?
You see 20 to 30 guards inside. You see what might be some style of battle droid as well inside this building. The thermal images that you're seeing, these people seemed armed to the teeth inside.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
We do not want to take this place by force. Them's the vibes I'm getting.
Okay.
Right. Is there anyone that's a little bit less laden down, like that we can kind of deduce is probably our mark?
So there is like an area in the building that you can't see through that is very specifically shielded. And so that is like, it seems like it's one of the back offices. So it's like off the main floor. Or maybe on it also looks like it would be like a bit underground. So it looks like it is a bunker, like a safe room specifically for this type of situation.
Okay. Are there any groups of guards that are separate from like the main pack?
Yeah, there are. The people out in the docking bay are separated from the main pack. The docking bays are closed off. And you do see that there's a couple stationed in like different hallways. But the main body of force is definitely in like the main room. And they're not like standing at the battle droid is always standing at the ready. It's what it's designed to do. But everyone else, like, it seems like they're just kind of waiting. Like it looks like there's some people sitting down, at a table. There's some people who are just kind of like leaning against walls, milling around.
Okay, but you said the docking area would be visible through the windows, correct? Like, so like, potentially if we did anything there, we could be seen.
Yes. So if you were to head up there, you would have some visibility to what is actually going on in that main room.
I think I'm gonna set up the surveillance drone and kind of see if I can get around to a position that if I can follow what's like once I've got it in, I'm gonna try and get it to that room that is shielded. See if I can get through a vent into it or whatever. See what's going on in there.
So it takes a little bit. As you run through the ventilation, you can see that most of the ventilation seems to be designed specifically for the rooms on the upper level. The corridor, you can see where the corridor, like the stairwell down is. And the stairwell down does empty out into this main room. And it also looks like it is disguised. You can tell it's a hallway and a stairwell because Dag can see people kind of like moving up and down that hallway and kind of like standing in the stairwell behind where it is disguised as part of the floor. But you can't get down there, but you can get a glorious view of this room and who's in it very easily.
Right. Do we recognize anyone?
No, they're off-worlders for sure. These are people that were brought in specifically for this job. You would imagine that considering they're working for Boxton, that these are like long-time associates.
Yeah. Because otherwise they'd be going for this money too.
If I were to kind of like inconspicuously go around the building, do I see any doors that are not unguarded, but I guess maybe less guarded? Like a side entrance, perhaps?
There is a side. So the only way into the docking bay area is through the docking bay doors. However, there is another door to the main front offices. And there are people in those corridors. There are like squads of 2 or 3 that are keeping an eye on some of the offices and those front doors just to make sure. So there are a couple of options as far as accessing the building. But either way, you're going to end up needing to there's going to be a firefight in that main area for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we know that in an hour or two, he's gonna be on his way out.
Yes, and heading somewhere else from this
Right.
location.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you're seeing, because you're not seeing like an armored car or anything in here, you think that they're going to be taking him in one of these shipping vehicles.
Right. So I guess I'm gonna keep the drone in there to like just keep an eye on that, so we can have visibility of which crate he's gonna be put in, or whatever. Maybe we just need to plant something in that crate at some point. Wait, remind me. Was it dead, or are we supposed to bring him in alive?
It didn't specify. So that means it can be whatever.
Did it say whether or not the amount would change whether dead or alive?
They
Well,
don't
all right.
care.
Well,
I guess whichever is easier for us.
yeah, I guess. He doesn't need to be dead. We don't have to kill him.
No.
But I'd rather not end up dead. So.
That is utmost priority. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
It could be worth it to take one of the more isolated groups of guards and overpower them, maybe steal their uniforms,
Mm-hmm.
get inside.
Are
Are the
wearing
guards wearing
uniforms?
face coverings?
Not all of them, but some of them. Because
Okay.
it's cold as shit. Right?
Mm-hmm. I'm not so good up close, but
Oh, no one ever
definitely
told me
worth
to
a
get
try.
close.
Like, would I have like tranks at all?
I have the air cannon. That's like, I think it's like less lethal or something like that.
Yeah, the air can is definitely less lethal.
I have flashbangs. If we want to temporarily disorient them, then we can take them down.
I'm
They might draw
of-
attention though.
yeah, I'm of the mind of if I can just snipe some people with some tranks, like if they're like separated, that'll be much easier and lot less loud.
So your weapon does not allow for tranks. It is
Yeah.
it is
It is a
designed.
lot of damage.
It is not built that way.
Yeah. Okay.
You do feel like, especially if Spin used false alarm to fake like an alarm in part of the building, you do feel like you
Okay.
could get one group of guards alone.
Mm-hmm.
Either the ones outside on the docking bay or one of the ones in the corridors.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easily get them alone.
Okay.
I think the docking bay feels more isolated than the corridors.
There's a lot of things looking into the docking bay though, right?
There is a lot of there's a lot of ways of looking at it, but there also doesn't seem to be a lot of people here. It's
Right.
just it's warehouses. It's not
Okay.
it's not nearly so busy out here. And also, the one nice thing about being on this planet is if someone sees some shit going down, 9 times out of 10 they're just gonna leave and not want to get involved with whatever is happening over there, right?
Okay. I guess it's the docking bay.
Docking bay it is.
All right. So, To give you an idea for the docking bay very specifically, there are 3 vehicles that are parked there, long. They hover, they have the ability to like fly in 3-dimensional space from one place to another, and they are hard docked into the side of this building. Among them, there are probably about 4 folks who are standing outside, milling around these long rectangular vehicles. The building itself is kind of indented. So coming from the direction of the docking bay, the building kind of goes like this, and here's the docking bay. And then at the length of the ends of the vehicles is the end of the building. And they're kind of walking around the vehicles, keeping an eye out, and like stopping and leaning against the actual like dock end to shoot the shit and chat in between rounds of looking. They seem to be doing that every 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't all go at once, so they alternate. So one group will wander around and come back, and another group of 2 will do the same.
Okay.
So no one's alone at any point.
But 2 people are together most often, right?
Yes.
So do you 2 want to get on ground? Take
Absolutely.
out the next 2 patrol, and then
Let's have some fun.
okay.
All right. So you folks, roll me agility checks. And this is going to be to get in place. What we'll probably do, since this is a group check, since you're doing it together, we'll take the highest of these 2 rolls.
Thank God.
Okay. Oh no.
I got a 10.
Oh,
Okay.
natural 1.
That's a 10.
I said that out loud. You, as you're going to get in place, Dag, you turn and you see Haas is about to sneeze. And you're muted. I can't hear you.
The hell? That's weird.
There you go. We hear you now.
Oh.
That was weird.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. I didn't click it. All right, cool. Hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Haas is about to sneeze.
Okay, I see this, and I'm going to turn around and very quickly clamp my hand over Haas's mouth.
You get. Oh, go ahead.
Just all in your mouth. All in your hand, I
Oh, you
mean.
can. It's another way of stopping someone from sneezing.
I'll pull my hand away. It's like, oh, this is. I'm just gonna wipe that on my pants.
Sorry.
Happens to the best of us, I guess.
It is at that point, Grav, you see from your vantage point, which it's not hard to get an advantage point through a building where there's no one around.
Yeah.
You see a group of them break off and start heading around.
Right. Through my comm, I'd be like, okay, you've got about, what did we calculate? Like 5, 10 minutes?
It's more like 2. It's not a
2,
very
okay.
long walk.
Okay. You've got 2 minutes. They're leaving now.
Appreciate the heads up.
2 minutes is all we need.
So they start heading around. They make it around the edge of the building, and they're talking. You know he cheats at Sabak. Don't fucking lie to me. You know, hey? I just deal the cards. It's none of my business. Like, as they get to the end of the vehicle, where the 2 of you are kind of like laying low, the one that's arguing turns on the other one, stands in front of him and goes, "We are not moving another step until you admit that he cheats at Sabak." It's like, look, I've never seen anything. And like, he grabs the other guy by the shirt. He was like, "You fucking lying to me. And I don't appreciate it. What do you folks do while this altercation is going on?
I mean, this might be as good a time as any. They're very focused on each other.
Yeah, and they're very close to each other. My air cannon definitely targets people that are close to each other. Yeah, I guess I'll pop around the corner. I think he cheats at Sabic, man, and fire the air cannon.
Yeah.
So you pop up behind the person that believes that the cheating at Sabic, and the dealer looks at you and his eyes get really wide. And the person who is shaking his friend goes, "Thank you," and goes to turn around. Go ahead and roll your attack. So this would be it's a crowd control air cannon. Let's go. So that would be a presence check to shoot.
Okay, that's an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
So they both get hit. Roll damage. So damage
Alright.
is D6 on that.
Just 1d6.
Yep.
It's 2.
It is enough to knock them both to the ground, but they are still conscious.
As they're on the ground, can I like run up and hit one of them with the butt of my rifle on their head?
Okay. That would be a strength check.
Okay, that's a 10.
So they're on the ground and prone. So I'm gonna say that's good enough. That would give you like a +2. So we will say that hits.
Okay.
Because they're also very fucking surprised by that. For that, let's also say I just want to check weapon damage. Let's say that's D6.
Yeah, I'm just essentially just trying to do non-lethal damage, basically.
Yeah.
It's a 4.
So the one you hit is knocked unconscious. The second one sees you do that and looks up to you, and like there's really nowhere for them to go that doesn't end up, because like they could yell, but if they yell, they're just gonna get shot and die.
Yeah, I'll point my rifle on and be like, don't do that. Don't be stupid.
Okay. So what do you want?
We want your clothes,
Yeah, your
and
clothes.
we want you to be fair to your Sabic players, man. Enforce the rules.
He's so fucking mad. He takes off kind of like the jumpsuit and is wearing like boxer briefs and a t-shirt that says it's a Sabic to go t-shirt. It's like, well, I've been trying to run my business, and you know what? Showing up at people's houses and running Sabic games fucking sucks. And throws the thing at you, and like he's not being loud, but he's very annoyed. He takes the jumper off of his friend and throws it at you too. Anything else I can get you?
Tell him to go to sleep. That's Grav telling the others, knock him out.
I guess enjoy your nap.
Yeah, sorry about this, man.
He turns around and just lets it happen. Like, sure, fine. And you're able to knock him unconscious. You stow the bodies, and so we are 2 minutes out from break. So, folks, we are going to take a break. Here's the thing: y'all have been sitting here with us, some of you this entire time. So, thank you so much for coming here and hanging out with us and spending time with us. We appreciate it. This would be nothing without all of you. We have been raising money again for Black Girls Code, so please Donate if you can. If not, spread the word, get people here so they can donate either to this game or any of the other games that we are running. Make sure you take some time, hydrate, stretch, take care of your body. You only get the one, so it is important. And we will be back here real soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are back for some more of 5 Points Gambit, which are amazing cast, and I have an update. So our goal for this weekend was to raise $1,000. $1,000 for Black Girls Code. And we are at $745 right now.
Heck yeah.
Like, it's not even 1 o'clock. We have a whole nother day of games to go. So we are fucking crushing it. I did want to take this time to say thank you to all of the supporting folks who've made this possible. Emily Draws and all the other folks that have been working on all of these like really cool art assets and all of these things. Everyone who's doing stuff in the background. We got AJ over here who's helping us run this wonderful stream so that we can do this. None of this would be possible without all of the hard work of everyone organizing this event. So can we get some hype and love in chat? Throw some emotes out there for all the people who are running the support for this fucking awesome event. Please and thank you. And with that, let's get into it. So, you folks have gone ahead and knocked out 2 of the 4 guards outside of the Tasty Dried Critters warehouse. There are 2 more out here. I assume you folks are going to be, when they come to look for the first 2, you're going to be doing about the same thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
is the van open? Can you not just stuff them in?
Oh, no, you can hide the bodies, but they're going to figure out people are missing.
Mm.
Ooh, well, what if we like put on our outfits and then assume they're patrol?
All right. Yeah, do that. So
Okay.
You get changed. You start walking back. And so how do you like try to embody that on your way back into where these folks are?
Oh, we're definitely arguing about the same shit they were arguing about.
Oh, yeah, dude, totally cheating at Sabak.
No, I mean, listen, I don't care, okay, whether or not he is. Just play the game, okay? If you can't cut it, you can't cut it.
Oh, there's no excuse to cheat at the game. You gotta have some kind of honor and integrity.
Honor and integrity. Look where you're standing.
Are you all still fighting about this? Roll me a presence check because you're pretending to be people that you are not.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, not bad at all. Okay, these new dice are working out. 16.
Okay.
I can't believe it. Y'all, if you're seriously going to keep fighting about this, maybe you should just ask Boxton if he's cheating. Like, there's no point in the 2 of you arguing whether he's cheating or not. He will probably just tell you because he's that kind of a jerk.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's go see Boxton.
Yeah, good luck with that. And they like roll their eyes as you folks walk inside.
Sure.
So Grav, you see them just walk right in.
Okay. Gonna follow you with the drone, I guess.
Do you got eyes on us?
Do I just get in there?
Where's your vantage point right now?
So I was on a building that was looking down into the loading bay, assuming that they would be getting Boxton coming out and loading onto one of these cars when they were leaving. If they've decided to go in, then like I'm still up there, but I guess I'll follow them with my surveillance drone and I will start moving around to see if I can get a better position, or if I need to follow them, I will follow them.
So there is the opportunity to try to get on the building itself in order to use the actual windows into the loading bay as a vantage. Is one of the, or you can swing around to some of the other buildings. But because there are no windows looking into it aside from the windows above it for ventilation,
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a lot of visibility here.
Yeah. Well, that's what the drone is for. I just need to remember if the other gun is going to be useful. I think the other gun is more useful with the drone, but
Ooh,
yeah. Right.
grab.
So I'm gonna try and get onto the building that they're in. Right.
I was gonna say, if we can get him in front of a window, you think we can get a clean shot?
Always.
So the droideca, it like is like busy erasing, basically editing and erasing the like surveillance cameras. So no one sees you on surveillance swap buildings. And because the only people who are really patrolling outside are in the docking bay or in the hallways, you're able to get up with the tools at your disposal relatively easily.
Yeah.
So when you get up top, you see they are just walking through, and like y'all, when I'm saying these people are armed to the teeth here, they have like those like standing mounted cannons that are pointing at the different hallways. They are like they have basically encampments trying to protect every entrance and exit out of here except for the one they're going to leave.
Yeah.
Right. In this room, there's about 20 people. Well, it's more like 15 because there's about 5 downstairs and then the other folks in the different hallways and the folks outside.
Mm-hmm.
We are not getting out of here quietly, are we?
Maybe if we take him out without anyone noticing.
It's worth a shot.
I mean, he's in a bunker right now. Bunkers are maybe soundproof.
You think he's alone in the bunker? This is over your comms.
No, but
Probably not.
I'm sure we can handle whoever's in there.
Yeah. The amount of people that are in the bunker can't be like an overwhelming amount, right?
Yeah, let's hope there aren't any droids. Okay.
Yeah, the droid itself is currently in one of the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
It is active, but not actively patrolling.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so at first, no one seems to pay you any mind. I assume you folks are heading towards the bunker, like the hidden bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get over there, there's one guard who's like standing next to it. And he looks at you funny. I'm just like, excuse you? What are you doing in here? Shouldn't y'all be patrolling outside?
Hey, we got a question for Boxton.
You have a question for... Now's kind of a bad time.
Listen, I know, but it's Boxton. It's always a bad time with that guy.
Yeah, what's a good time for boxing? Come on.
And he kind of looks around. Roll me a presence check.
Gotcha. I'm also gonna say, hey, listen, let me pass, right? Get you in on the weekly Sabbath games.
Oof. So that's a 9.
Ugh, not great.
Oh no.
That's a 4.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay.
We're not good liars, apparently.
Apparently
No, you are not.
Okay.
I'm gonna maybe get our bot to set off a false alarm on the other side of it. Like if it looks like it's about to go south, or at least I can hear that over the comms, I might see if I can set our bot to set off a distraction for you.
Not
Hey, Lola.
Yeah.
Odds or evens?
Oh no. Okay. Um Even?
He looks at you both, and he leans into Dag, and he says, "You better deal for me the same way you deal for Baxton."
Oh, of course, man. You got it.
And he
Don't
hits,
tell. A little bit of a. This one's a bit of a stickler, but I gotcha.
he hits the button, and the floor panels slide. Like they look identical to everything else, but they shift down, slide under the floor, and you see a stairwell down. There's a couple of guards in the stairwell, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, Trent." And Trent's like, "Go outside and patrol." And they're like, "What do you mean? Weren't there 4 people doing it now?" I'm like, "Yeah, there were, and there's 2 here. You know what? There's not 4 people outside. So you 2 are gonna go outside." And they're just, fine. And they're like, "It's gonna be so goddamn cold. This is ridiculous." Like, hey, I can still hear you. If you got a problem, next time I'm gonna have you mucking out the oil traps at critters, not actually trying to work with the boss. And they get really quiet and they like double time their way out.
Mm-hmm.
And he like nods for you to head downstairs.
Appreciate you, dude.
As you go in, he shuts the doors.
Okay. Can I still get them on comms?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Comms work. Your visor does clock that there are 3 people down here now that you're in the space. They seem to be all kind of like sitting around in a circle, like in a room at the bottom of the stairwell.
Got it.
All right.
The entrance to this room. What's the entrance look like?
So it is a heavy security blast door.
Okay.
Not like starship grade, but definitely heavy security.
They're probably playing a game. I mean, I'm not there. I cannot see that there are 2 people there. So.
I mean, knowing this establishment,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, they might be.
Knowing them. All right. Can we? Let's see. What are our options here?
Well,
we
could
just knock.
Or we can just try knocking.
There is a panel there to the right of the door that you should be able to access. And it doesn't seem to be like activated for security right now. It's like the safeguard protocols aren't active. So this door can just be open and closed right now. But when that would turn on, it would seal the room.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to do something where it wouldn't seal the room, like hack it or some such nonsense?
In fact, there is. So you would have to patch spins in. So that would mean that you would have to work on the door to do that. You do have equipment to do that. So if you're gonna try to do it fast, I need a knowledge check. If you're going to just try to do it the way that you know how, it'll take a little bit longer, but it'll be an agility check instead. Because you're just moving through the cables and plugging the right things in.
What's your knowledge on doors?
My knowledge is bad. My knowledge is a -1.
Mine's a -3. So.
Oh.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Well. So the 2 geniuses in here.
We did not send in the smart people.
Oh no! Don't worry. Mine is -2. So This is not a knowledge-heavy group.
Yeah. No thoughts, just vibes.
Okay. I'm gonna do the agility. Do you want to like post yourself up as a distraction in case someone notices me doing this?
So the door is shut, and you're the only people in this hallway. So the
Okay.
chances of being caught here, especially because you can see the three people at the table, so unless the door behind you opens or one of them starts moving, you're pretty in the clear.
Okay. All right.
Can I
let's
get my
agility.
drone on the outside of this room so that I can see what's happening outside it, so I can give them information if they need it?
If you so in the hallway they're in now or above? 'Cause
Above that.
Oh, it's already in there. You already
Okay.
have full view of that because it's a very tiny bot in a very big room.
Yeah.
You already have visibility to that.
Mm-hmm. I just want to be their eyes for outside of the space, so that they don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's roll this. Let's do this.
Yeah, make it happen.
Alrighty. What's your
There we go.
agility?
13.
You are able to do that. And so you hear through comms, you hear the whirring of spins like acknowledging that it can connect. And spins is able to deactivate that protocol on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Spins also makes you aware that there is a protocol that can be run that shuts off comms as well, and they have access to it, but since that basically when the overall like security protocol would start, it would activate that protocol. But since they've disabled it, they can't turn that on, but it can if you need.
Wait, so they can't disable comms.
But you can.
We can. Do we want to time it so that there's a false alarm that shuts off? Like, do you want a comms blackout for a time for you to be able to get stuff done, and then
Honestly, that'd probably be for the best. If we go in there and things go bad, we don't want them
Yeah.
contacting the rest of the compound.
would it affect our comms, or are we're on a different channel?
Oh no, it would black out all comms.
Ooh.
Right. Okay.
So you would not know what happens in that room during that period of time.
Okay.
You would also
Would
lose droid visibility while that is going on.
Oh,
The
okay.
droid wouldn't drop out of... It's not like the droid's going to drop out of the sky, but you would lose the digital connection to its feed.
I'm gonna say I think that's probably worth it for like if we pop this door open, throw a grenade inside, disorient everyone, take out the two people, take out the two other people. We could potentially disguise getting Boxton out as like a security protocol of like us getting him to safety out of the
like
building.
We're rescuing him.
Yeah, we're rescuing him. We're getting him into a truck. We're getting him out, and we make a break for it.
And that may also help us get compliance from Boxton. He'll be
Okay.
like helping us with his own kidnapping, kind of.
So am I setting
he
off
will
this
just
alarm?
shoot the other two people.
What was
Sorry.
that?
Say again.
I was saying he will have just seen us shoot the other two people though.
Well, if we do the flashbang, maybe he doesn't know that we're the ones that shot him.
Okay.
Ah,
You do that. I get spins to set a false alarm, but then you'll have, I don't know. You won't have a long time to be able to get him out. But if I distract everyone up here and you take care of that, maybe 5-10 minutes.
I feel like there should be more than enough time.
Yeah?
sounds great.
Okay. But we're gonna be off comms. So,
Best of luck to you.
yep.
You're leaving it in our very capable hands.
For
Well,
sure.
I mean, I trained with you, and in some cases, I trained you. So, even if everything else goes wrong, at least you can shoot, right?
I can do
That's
that.
fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Godspeed.
A few things happen in a very short period of time. First, the false alarm goes off. Now, the false alarm is in the front of the building by the offices. At that time, the fire suppression systems in those offices also activate. For just a few moments, you see the guards there draw their attention out, and one reaches down and slides a panel over the panel that controls the floor that is now sealed. As soon as that happens, comms go down.
Mm-hmm.
You were watching as these people begin to panic. They are like, they're trying to figure out where the problem is. The people move from the back of the room to the front of the room to hop on the main cannons and those sorts of things. And they are preparing for whatever is coming. A vast majority of the forces head into the hallways of the office. Meanwhile, downstairs, you hear the crackle of your comms going off.
Okay, sounds like our cue.
All right. I'll pop the door open and do your thing.
I will toss in a flashbang.
Excellent. So the door slides open, and the three people at the table, they're laughing. It seems like one of them just told a joke of some sort. And they do not really pay attention. So you throw the flashbang in. No, that's not right. That's better. It rolled the same die, rolled twice, and I'm like, no, we're just gonna nullify both of those. Damn. Okay, this dice tower really likes you. All three of them are instantly blinded. For 2 rounds of combat.
Okay.
One of them the two of them get up and they start fumbling for their weapons. The third dives behind the couch they're sitting on. It's on you.
All right. I guess I want to get this done as quickly as possible. I'm taking out the vibro sword.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pull out your vibro sword. Dag, are you just waiting? Are you gonna
Sorry. Doug's pulling out the vibro sword. The
Yes.
vibro sword, and Hoss is
Right.
doing.
Well, I was letting Dag go, but yeah, I have my I have my blaster rifle. I was gonna go in with.
Excellent. Okay. So let's do okay, vibro sword first. Which one are you're picking one of them. They both look like equally armed. They look like they have like blaster rifles and blaster pistols.
Sounds good. Okay, yeah, I'm going for one of them. And it's... Do I use agility to determine the roll, or is that a strength?
So for melee weapons, it is a strength check.
Okay.
DR 12.
Gotcha. Thankfully, I got a 13.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
All right. 2.
Okay. They take the hit. You cut into some armor. And they don't seem very phased by the strike. They do seem very fucking surprised. And then they get shot.
So you said someone dove behind like a table or a chair?
A couch, yeah.
A couch, sorry. So I am going to use my rifle's grenade launcher function. And I'm going to try and blast behind the couch.
All right, roll. I'm gonna say this is like a DR 10.
And what am I rolling for the agility for this?
I think that would be for the grenade launcher attachment. I believe that would be a presence check.
Presence? Okay.
It's not an automatic attack.
All right, that's a 12.
That definitely hits. So there's a few things you don't know about this situation. When someone usually dives behind something, that means that has meaningful cover.
Oh.
So they dove behind the couch because the back of the couch is entirely metal. So it could deflect blasters and things like that. However, when an explosion goes off in a very small radius, it does terrible things to the people that are surrounded by metal. So I'd like you to roll 2d6 instead of 1d6.
You got it.
Because that was the one thing I was not expecting, and that's only fair.
I apologize.
No. I live for this shit. It's perfect.
That's a 7.
Okay. So the flashbang goes off. He jumps behind the couch. And the grenade goes off, and you hear just the loudest. Like, as the grenade comes over the wall, you just hear, boom! You don't know if he's alive back there or not. But you do know if he is alive back there, he is not happy.
Sure, he's fine.
So that is your first round. We'll call that like basically the surprise round. So I am gonna roll a d20. Okay, that was a 2, so that means enemies act first. So the Dag, the one that you are engaged with, he pulls out a pistol and tries to shoot you. Now, the function of the flashbang in this case is any check is at a +4 difficulty. So it would normally be like a DR 12 to hit is now a DR 16.
Less.
And they got a 15.
They were so close.
It fires, but like their vision is wobbly and they shoot wide. The other one pulls up, basically backs up towards the side wall, not towards the remnants of the torched couch, and opens fire on Haas first. And rolls a 17 on the first attack. Wow. So that's 5 damage. But because you have your heavy armor, you roll, I believe it's a d6, and subtract your result from 5.
And that is a 6.
So the first blast hits you square in the chest. And it is just instantly deflected. The second shot because like they're shaking still from the blast. So the first one hits you, and the second one goes wide and hits the ceiling. The only other person in the room cries because they just got blown up, and they are you hear the sound of like an automated stim to like self-heal. And so they have healed themselves an amount. As being in you folks are very familiar with that sound. I'm not going to make you roll to see if you know something that you definitely know. Okay.
Are we able to recognize which one of these people is Boxton?
It's probably the guy behind the couch.
It's definitely the guy behind the couch.
Whoops.
like you, there's a moment if you were like trying not to blow up Paxton, then you basically on instinct you whip this out and you fire the grenade and you go shit, as you instantly know these other two people can't be who you're looking for.
My bad, y'all.
Well, that's why you're -3 knowledge.
Yes. Meanwhile, upstairs, the search is still going on. When the comms goes out, the combat droid leaves and heads back to where the docking bay is.
Right.
And you see that it has like an Imperial heavy repeating blaster. Basically taken off of some sort of Imperial craft and given to this robot. This is a starship destroying weapon it is wielding. And it heads out back.
How would I have any experience with like taking out these droids?
Not from this close.
Not from up on the building. Yeah, okay.
Well, because like you do have some experience, and so like when you're like 500 meters away, absolutely. But you do know that when people tend to be anywhere near it and open fire on that thing, it is just going to open fire back
Fire on you. Yeah, yeah, that's the problem.
The person when the comms go down. The person who was at the stairs, like as everyone is rushing towards the front, stops and turns around and heads back to the doors.
Right.
And opens the panel.
Okay. Oh, so that panel is no longer locked. The floor is no longer sealed.
He is currently trying to open the floor. You see him going to do that.
Okay.
You've been up here ready to shoot this entire time.
Yeah.
So at any point in this, if you choose to fire, you do.
Okay. I want him to unlock the panel so my people can get out. I don't want him going down there.
Okay. He unlocks the door, and you folks hear well, no, you folks have stepped into the blast doors, and so even with them open, it's pretty quiet. Like the sound's not going to travel as well because this room is built to be soundproof. You see him start to walk down the stairs.
Nope. I'm sorry. I am going to shoot.
So because you have been aiming for several turns now, you definitely get the weapon bonus. And for those of you playing the home game, what that means is the difficulty, I think, is decreased by... The difficulty of the shot is decreased by 4, and the damage is increased by 3, regardless.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a d20. And if you get a 20, things are going to get much worse for it.
It is not crit damage. It's a 14. Do I add anything?
So you would add presence to this, but a 14 hits and some.
16. Yeah. Okay, so that's a 16 then.
So roll 2d10 for damage.
Yep. And I think I'm probably also going to have to, like, make a move sharpish if I'm going to get away from this droid. Or, like, does the droid see this person?
The droid went out back and is on the back dock by
Right.
basically the protocol is send everyone to the front, and then the droid is checking around back to make sure that no one is trying to, like,
Get in
there aren't
from
vehicles trying to box them in on the back end.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the droid is not in the room anymore.
Okay. Cool. That's great. That is a 16 plus 3. So 19.
So they turn and they take a step, and they do make it all the way down the stairs.
But they
They are
fell
not.
down.
They are not alive at the bottom of the stairs. Before their foot could hit the second stair, you squeeze the trigger, and with the sound of like all the water and the alarms and everything else, it barely makes enough sound to possibly be heard over it. So when he gets hit, he has no idea what is happening, and it cuts to black for him instantly.
Nice.
Those of you downstairs do hear something clatter to the floor at the bottom of the stairs. Haas, you're kind of standing closer to the doorway, and so you can easily just peek back and see that that guy is very dead.
Say you don't see that every day, but we kind of see that pretty often.
Pretty often. You've seen this before. You know who's done this. The whole gravity bringing people down to earth, it's very real in this moment.
Very literal in there, bringing people down.
Now we cut back to the basement. So it is now, I think I'm going to roll it again because things have changed very dramatically. Okay, I rolled a 7. That is the enemies go first. Wait. I didn't give you folks a round of actions after their actions.
Oh.
So it is your round of actions.
Okay. I'm gonna slash with the sword.
All right. Go for it.
All right. That is a 17 to hit.
You hit easily.
All right.
Like from trying to shoot and like is so disoriented from the sound and not being able to see. Like basically they're trying to swing, they're trying to fire where the swing came from, but you are not foolish enough to be standing in the same spot. So you easily sidestep and strike again. Roll damage.
That's a 4.
You make stronger contact this time. They like stagger a little bit, but they are still up. Haas.
Alrighty. I am going to use my blaster rifle on the other guy. Not because there's 2 goons down there, right?
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
So the one that fired at you, you were returning fire on.
Yeah. I didn't want to attack the same one that Dag is fighting.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll. If you're using auto fire, it's an agility check.
Okay.
Or if you want to hit him in the chest with a grenade, you can also do that because you can do that.
Now, auto fire does the D10 damage.
Auto fire is the same. Let me just double check. Auto fire is the same damage, but the way that it works is if you hit, you get to attack that same target again. It's great.
Okay. So then I will do the auto fire then.
All right.
And that's a 17.
Definitely hits. Roll your second attack.
Oof. 6.
6. Doesn't hit. So roll damage for your first attack.
That's fine. That's 4 damage.
Okay, his armor absorbs that shot.
Okay.
And not fully. You definitely see like that you caught like the edge of it. So they were hurt some, but not a ton. So that is the first round of combat.
Respect.
Did my D20 just run away? There it is. So now, second round, players go first.
Oh, bless.
And so we will do basement and then head back upstairs. So we'll go in the opposite running order. Haas, you're first.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go for the same guy. And this time I'm gonna try the grenade launcher to the chest.
Ah, all right. So
'Cause
that's a
why not?
presence. That's a presence check.
Uh, 13.
I thought you were gonna miss, and I was gonna be like, "Oh no." Okay. So roll damage. It's just gonna be 1d6 for this because he's
1d6.
out in the open.
That's okay.
I'm gonna say his armor is not graded to protect against that, so I'm not gonna roll armor.
Fair. That's a 5.
So the initial hit staggers them back, and then the immediate explosion, just they're done. They fly backwards, and they are crispy fried. They are very dead. All right, Dag, you're up.
All right, one more sword stroke. Let's hope this one is it. That is a 13.
A 13 hits.
All right. For 3 damage.
You slice, and like you are whittling away at this armor. So you are hitting the same spot with that vibro sword with just expert grace. And so you are just hitting more and more of this person. And they go down.
Yeah.
Now, up to Grav. So Grav, I'm gonna need you to select. So this is gonna be a percentile roll.
Mm-hmm.
One person has gone missing, and so we need to see if any of the people who are remaining notice that someone important is missing. So for the first roll, it's going to be 75-25.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is 75% chance no one notices this person is missing.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to pick high or low. And I'm going to, right now,
Okay.
so the die is cast, high, low.
As in that they don't notice this person is missing.
Yes. So if it is, if you select high, it would be 25 through 100.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guess correctly, then no one notices the person is missing. Or and vice versa, if it's low, then it would be 0 through 75.
Okay. I'm gonna say low.
You are correct.
Okay. Good.
They
Good.
do not notice that a person is missing.
Cool.
There are people who are like coming back here and grabbing more equipment and then heading back in.
I'm gonna is there anything that I can so they're at the front of the building. Can
Yes.
I I don't know, with my other gun, shoot some grenades out the front, much further away to kind of draw them further out of the building, and so that at least because we know that the back is the no-go area, especially when we're going to be this close. So we need to get them out of the building so that there's more of an an area for my people. So
You can absolutely do that. Roll me a presence check with advantage because you're trying to hit the ground.
yeah.
Not notoriously difficult to be shot, from my understanding.
Well, that's a natural 20 on a 7, but like
Yee.
okay.
So you hit an abandoned vehicle that is just
Mhm.
kind of like abandoned out there that is far out, and you hit it. No one knows where it came from, and like because you've like repositioned a little bit, you hear it's like push further out. We must be pushing them back,
Mhm.
and they
Okay.
start opening fire down the street in that direction. They have
Go.
no fucking clue.
Okay.
Because you've done that, the next round would be a 50-50 chance. It's going to remain a 75-25% chance because of that additional distraction.
Cool. I like to hear.
It is their turn. You both see something fly over the couch in your direction. In that moment, after like the din of blaster fire and stuff has ended, you recognize the sound as a thermal detonator.
Crap.
Get outside the room. Joe time.
Wow. Really? Really? He hops up and he baseball pitches it and hits the ground. It goes out the doors, hits the far wall, and explodes. It does no damage to either of you. The body that was out there is now crispy fried.
Mhm.
Whoa, Mr. Sleazebagio, wait, it's just us. We've taken care of the intruders. We need to get you out of here.
Roll me a presence check at disadvantage.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh boy, I hope it's already bad. It's already
No.
bad.
I mean,
Okay,
we'll
well,
get it if we kill him.
it was already bad. It's a 5.
In like a very pained voice, they shout, "Get me out of here, my ass!" And like you can hear them rustling around back there, potentially for something else. And so I'm gonna roll for whose turn it is now. Oh, that is a natural 20. So that means it is the player's turn.
Okay.
We are gonna start in the opposite order again. So high or low?
Let's hope high.
It is.
Okay, cool.
No one
Good.
notices that someone is missing. They are
Right.
pushing further. You can see that like they are fully engaged with nothing down the street. Like
Mhm.
at some point, a random truck was heading in that direction, and they immediately light it up, and that truck just speeds off. Like they hit the side of it, and that truck is just speeds off down the road. Like
Mhm.
they have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
I just want to give. I want to be focusing on cover, but I don't know if I can get Spins to like. I don't know. If Spins is further out, like maybe set off like random explosions around that side, or
What
like
does spins have?
yeah, because I can't remember if Spins had.
So spins starts setting off other alarms in that area using the
Mhm.
same thing that they used earlier.
Yeah.
So they do that twice. Which is going to add. Oh my! So you get a response. Response time decreased by or increased by 17 minutes.
Okay.
So at this point, unless someone notices this person is gone, they are not going to be back for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, I am just focusing on helping my people get out.
Speaking of which, next is Pat.
Okay. Seeing as the buttery lie didn't work out, I will simply saunter behind the turned over couch and level my sword at Sleazebaggio. Mr. Sleazebaggio, you're coming with us one way or the other.
Looking at them for the first time, they certainly look like someone who got blown up by a grenade just a few seconds ago. They are hurt bad, and you see that they have a thermal detonator in their hand, and they are about to activate it. And they say, "Not if I take you with me."
You willing to die for this, Sleazebaggio? Are you sure?
I'm willing to not get killed for this.
We can take you in alive.
That's worse.
Mm. I kind of see where he's coming from, but at the same time, it would just be real convenient for us if you just kind of came with us.
Okay, I'm going to make the motion to chop off the hand.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. This is going to be, instead of a difficulty 12, a difficulty 14, but they aren't wearing wrist armor, so they do not have any sort of armor there. You'll be doing raw damage.
Nat 20.
Hey,
Hey.
The hum of the vibro blade sings in the air, and they go to reach out with their hand, and you can see that they are about to spin the thumb up, and in that moment, the thermal detonator deactivated, and the hand both go into the air, and they roll, and they hold on to their arm, and they start screaming, which is what you do when you get your hand cut off, I suppose. All right, Haas.
I just have to ask for clarity. Does a vibro sword in any way, shape, or form work similarly to a lightsaber where it cauterizes the cut, or is it now just like bleeding?
Oh, it does not.
Oh no!
The way a vibro blade specifically works is it, I believe, it hums and moves at a frequency with which it can deflect lightsaber and other sorts of attacks, like a lightsaber would, but otherwise is not.
Oof. Alrighty. All right. Yeah. First of all, I'm gonna need you to quiet down, and second of all, just here. I'm gonna give him a medical injector.
So, so they are fighting you every inch of the way. The pain from which makes them pass out.
Oh,
Oh shit.
this might actually be convenient for us, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely heal him, and you have Sleazebaggio in tow, alive.
So
All right.
let's just, I guess, pick him up and carry him out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take.
Karen, we're getting him out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
he's
take
just
my
not resisting.
backpack and just put it over his head.
Okay.
Mm.
At this point, Spin makes its way back up to, because it can climb up.
Mm-hmm.
Makes its way back up to Grav.
Yeah.
You see them come up the stairs with Sleazebaggio in tow.
Yeah. Can I? Now
as
that I
the
can see them,
comms
can I?
go back up.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Your way out front is a lot clearer than out back, unless you're keen to get up close and personal with a combat drone.
Front sounds
No.
fantastic. No, thank you to that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll meet you out there. The droid is still out back and out of our way. Yes.
Yeah, the droid is still in this area. But
And
it's out back, like by the dock, looking around for trouble and finding nothing.
Okay, but do they have to go past it to get out?
If they were to just walk out, absolutely.
But if they go via the front, they shouldn't have to?
They shouldn't, but that is where people still are.
Oh, okay. I thought we'd drawn them. I drew.
You drew most of them away, but they're not going to fully abandon the building. But they
Okay.
are focused in the front of the building because a giant murder droid is in the back of the building, so they're not worried about the back approach.
Right. Okay. Is there any way to hack the droid? Is that something the spins can do?
It is not something spins can do.
No.
Fair enough.
Worth a shot.
Okay.
If you folks would like, you can roll a presence check to get like a rundown of like what is around you, so that you can.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like a group one, and we take the highest, or what?
So yes,
11.
9.
11, 9.
10.
Okay. So you looking around, you don't find much that can help you escape. Except the one thing that you folks have been staring at for 3/4 of this adventure. There are 3 vehicles docked with this building.
I thought that the droid was by those vehicles.
The droid is outside of those vehicles.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And the droid is not necessarily looking the droid wouldn't necessarily consider those vehicles enemies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think then that the vehicles are our best bet.
Or
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You get Dag
Got
in the back, and
throw away
then
one.
You
Hopefully.
get in, and it's a long rectangular like storage compartment, and then you open up a hatch and it goes into an area that is like a sleeping quarters, and the cockpit is in front. These things are high enough that you are above the droid, so the droid can't look up and see you directly in the cockpit.
Mhm.
knows how to
Who's
drive this
driving? Who has their space CDL?
What kind of check would it be to drive?
That I would take agility or presence. Dealer's choice.
I got pretty good agility.
Thank goodness it wasn't knowledge.
Right. All right, I'll do agility. Let's see how nimble I am with this. So I rolled a 7.
It is not particularly difficult, especially if you have help to drive these things. These are not, you're not flying a TIE fighter, right? This is the equivalent of getting into a truck.
Okay.
You can an automatic vehicle that you've driven an automatic before, you can probably drive this thing. You might just have to take it a little bit slower than you normally would. It begins to take off, and over comms, you hear, "What's going on?" and like because you can now hear everyone else's comms. Like, well, we're still trying to fight them off down here. How's everything back at base?
Everything's good. Good. It's fine. All quiet and
Yep,
calm over here.
Roll presence check.
Oh gosh, come on. I'm so good at
It's gonna
lying.
take a while to get back.
14?
9.
You did much better than Han did. With a 14, everything's fine. They go, okay, so you're getting so you're heading to the rendezvous point then.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we'll meet you there. Everyone, let's get the hell out of here. They've got him out. And you guys just fucking leave.
Just go a different direction.
Do we pick up Grav on the way out? Like, do we?
I've got my bike. I will.
My apologies. I thought Grav was in the ship with us.
No, wait. You're in a truck, right?
Yeah, basically,
We're in, like,
the equivalent.
The equivalent of a truck, yes. Yeah,
it does hover, and it can do like it can travel inside of Atmo, but it is not.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not scaled to be able to move out of Atmo.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any way to pack spins down, or, like get it on the back of my bike as well?
Oh yeah, spins
Yeah.
like you have like a special hitch that spins like rolls right up the back tire and locks right into the cradle.
Awesome. Okay. So I will be following you on my bike, like on the speeder, and then get the fuck out.
You escape.
Mhm.
Spins is able to deactivate the security features on the truck, so they can no longer find you. And you've definitely flying to a rendezvous point. Just not the one that they're meeting at.
Mm-hmm.
You head to what is honestly, it's kind of an odd place to meet for something like this. It is just one of the local chains of Flant to go. You land, and like these really heavily armored looking soldiers are waiting. They welcome you, come right on in. The boss will meet you. And sitting in, so this is like you're in the back kitchen, and there's the room's clearly been cleaned out, and there is a table set for 4, and at the 4th place setting is Gandamine Sleazebaggio, the matriarch of the Sleazebaggio family.
Well, that's dramatic.
The guards, as you folks come in, have taken your screaming quarry, and drags them off down a flight of stairs. Sit, please. Something to eat, something to drink?
Sure, I'm hoping you have something nicer than the usual menu.
Eat out from like the wings, not just like a server at this restaurant, but a legitimate like sommelier server serves you this very fancy plate of food you've never seen or heard of before, and brings out a very fantastic bottle of wine and sets it on the table with some glasses. You all drink. Is there anyone sober? Can I get you anything like a? We have a number of very delicious vintages that are alcohol free. Whatever you need, you let me know.
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
Yeah, I try to stay sober during client meetings.
Yeah.
And she actually pulls out the bottle she had been drinking. And she pours each of you one and pours herself a glass of the non-alcoholic vintage. She's like, I feel the same way. And she has a drink. You folks have like scanners and those sorts of things for these type of things, and it comes back clean of any sort of alcohol or poisons or anything like that. I will not take up too much of your time. Thank you so much. There are still people out there trying to find my good-for-nothing son. And you have done this quickly and efficiently. I appreciate it. She slides across the table a credit stick. There's a little bit extra there for you, for your promptness. And I'll also owe you a favor if you need anything.
Favors are always good.
It's very generous of you.
Good of you.
My good-for-nothing son is good for nothing, but certainly caused a lot of trouble. And for this trouble to be over so quickly, take this as a token of my appreciation. And she gets up. She goes, please, feel free to finish your meal in peace. I'll make sure that there's no retribution from my idiot son's retinue. Enjoy your evening. And she makes her way down the stairs as well.
Yeah.
Family, huh?
Yeah. Can I check the cred stick?
Oh, it's one. It is what was it? It was 5. So it is 7.5 million.
Okay.
And on the credit stick as well, there is a digital receipt for a favor.
Nice.
Nice to have.
Okay.
And so in the end, these things tend to end sort of the way they begin. Flanth to go. A group of professionals trying to make their way in a galaxy far, far away. And Sleaze Bagios going back to reconsider their lives. And with that, that's game.
Woo!
Fantastic.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you folks had fun. I appreciate you all being here, and you all at home or in your car or wherever you are watching us playing this ridiculous game. I appreciate you. And we have broken $825 for Black Girls Code.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. I
The
hope that
goal
we
in no
manage
time.
to stretch that goal before the end of today.
I mean, we're well on our way. Again, please, can we get some introductions? Can we get, tell these fine people who you are, where they can find you, and where they can help support your amazing craft? Let's start with Sweet.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for spending your time with us and donating what you could. I am Sweet Tea. I'm on pretty much all the social medias as Bardic Sweet Tea, except for here on Twitch, where I'm twitch.tv/Sweet Tea Games. I'm also over on ADH Ventures Twitch channel every Tuesday and every other Saturday. I'm on Tales of Novum's YouTube channel for an actual play. And I'm going to be in an upcoming podcast, which is going to into production, I think, this summer. So if you want more information about that, always feel free to hang around my socials, and you'll get more news on that when it happens.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I knew you only by reputation of being the person with their own command in all of the TTRPG streams. And now that I've gotten to know you and everyone here, I will be haunting all of your projects from now on because you are all wonderful. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Next, Pat, let's get it.
Word. Thank you everyone for donating to Black Girls Code. Really awesome that we've raised almost the goal so early during all of this. That's awesome. I'm I'm Patrick Diamond of Diamond Quality Cosplay. You can find me as Diamond Quality Cosplay or Diamond Quality Photography on Instagram, Diamond Quality Cosplay on Twitter, or Diamond Quality Clips on TikTok, where I do a lot of cosplay stuff as my own D&D characters, as well as my own like nerdy hot takes or opinions.
Honestly, like, again, I will say this again for those of you who were not here at the beginning. Like, literally just like 2 days ago, posted like the most fire fucking OC cosplay I've seen in a long time. Definitely, please follow 100%, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Last and most certainly not least, Lola, please tell the people.
I am Lola. I have been Grav. You can find me on all socials as Third Vault Yarns, and also, I guess, on itch.io for my games as Johnson O'Fair. And if you are in the market for an adventure zine of puzzles and towers and the such like, the Tower Puzzle Dungeon is on BackerKit, and it's still open for pre-orders for about another week or so. So if you haven't got it yet, you can do that
You
now.
You should. Lola's work is freaking amazing. And honestly, if you want to see more of Lola's work, I will eventually be running some of Lola's kit on Dinner and a Games during my regular one-shots. So keep your eyes open for that. It's going to happen. And last, please, you first.
Oh, I said, oh, shucks.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Your character concept was probably the first one that really came together, and I feel like it really brought together the whole thing. We love ourselves a badass sniper. So fucking cool. And I guess that leaves me. Hello, my name is Ren. I am renowned for a lot of things, but also on most social medias. I have a link tree that I've thrown in chat. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and Threads as Wrenound, Wrenound. You can find me on Twitter as Wrenound Gamings because can't have anything nice on Twitter these days. Also, on Start Playing, if you like this game, I am for hire. You can hire me to run games for you and your friends through Start Playing. Additionally, if you're interested in this, my style of one-shots and things like that, all of my live play live streams are linked in my link tree. So it's a one-stop shop for all things Wrenound. Doing this is something I only started a few months ago, and this is like big dream shit for me. And so a huge shout out to Taletell Hearts, Obsidian Brews, and every single individual that started putting this stuff together and getting us all here for this amazing cause. And thank all of you who donated, all of you who came here, because we could not, what we do would not have the impact that it does without each and every one of you. And you don't need to be a rebel in a galaxy far, far away to make a big impact and make things better. And so you folks coming here and helping to donate is doing that thing. And we all appreciate it. One last thing, shout out to Dinner and a Game, which is the place where I normally haunt with my one-shots. And if you're interested, hint, hint to everyone in this call right now, if you're interested in being in any of my future one-shots, let's talk, because I would be happy to have any of you in my one-shots in the future.
I'm 100% down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
I only hope you all will be half as delighted as I was to have you all here.
Yeah. And massive thank you to you for putting together this concept, coming up with several different options for like accommodating whatever mad shit we decided to do, and just a really fun Star Wars game.
To a
Thank you.
stellar game master.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All of us.
And with that, we are going to call it. We're going to let AJ go and chill because AJ had been up all night doing stuff for this and then has been here doing stuff today too. Again, shout out to all the support staff, everyone who's been involved, and every game runner and every game player who's a part of this amazing event. Thank you so much, and may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you all. Bye.
May the 4th be with you.
And also...